Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream that takes place in the world of Nuuli. I've got it resubscribing for 52 months. That is indeed like two
Hey.
more than 50. I've got it.
Whoa.
Thank you so much for being here. Our staunchest supporter and mod. Thank you so much. Thank you. So great to have you back.
Here's
Uh,
Amber.
oh, glorious. Um, Wonderful. Let me set that up. Okay, great.
Got my
We.
glasses.
Oh
I can't.
no.
No wonder I can't see anything.
Oh no.
Well, we are a 5e actual play stream that takes place in the world of Nuuli that came out of my brain, and 6 of my friends are brave enough to play in because players gotta play, I guess. Game respects game.
Yeah, we still haven't figured that out yet. We don't know the why.
Eh, we
Indeed
just
not.
do.
I respect. I respect no
It's
no
more
knowing.
like why not?
Fair, fair. It is a good time. It is a good time to be had by all. Oh, geez. Gotta tweak that a little bit. Tanner's gone
Oh geez.
missing, so I can't quite adjust his thing, but I'm gonna do that, and we'll see how it works when he's back.
At least he's not green anymore.
It's all good. Hey, so hi everyone, welcome in. Sorry we had a couple like roadblocks at the top. As you can see, Mike is unavailable, who plays Renata this weekend. He is seeing Lincoln Park, I think, which is dope as hell. So can't hold that against him too much.
They're also a band.
I know who Lincoln Park is. Jeez.
But the real question is, did you go on the roller coasters at Lincoln Park, or did you value your life?
No, I did indeed go to Lincoln Park more than once, and they were terrifying in their shakiness.
Yep.
But in the end, did it even matter?
In the end, it didn't really matter.
No.
Oh, there he is, popping in occasionally. And Jeff, who is our resident druid, is out of camera because he is smartly by the side of a lake, which is where a druid should be. So, love that. All right. Before we dive in, let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'm going to need somebody to roll a D31, the final D31 of July. Dun dun dun.
Bum bum.
Bum, bum. Hello, Taco-san Mashu, and I've got to thank you for the Pikachus. And look at this. Taco-san Mashu with a raccoon butt swirl, and very exciting. Love that.
What? Raccoon butt swirl.
Yeah, raccoon butt swirl. Tail whoop. I don't know what to call it. Something like that. All right, a 25. So, dear friends, introduce yourselves, your characters, and answer the question on how does your character feel about romantic relationships? So something that hasn't really come up much in this campaign. A couple times, some physical relationships may have reared their heads, but not so much romantic ones. So we'll let you stew on that, and we'll start at the top of the rungs with Sarah.
Oh hey, that is me. My name is Sarah, and I play Andra Granspark, the halfling wizard. That's the word I'm looking for. Wow, apparently it's going to be that kind of a day. The halfling wizard. um, I think Andra is interested in the idea of romance, whether or not she is whether or not the reality of it would is something she is all that excited about. But the fantasy idea is certainly uh something she would be convinced is, she's young.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And apparently can't string full sentences together.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much. Next up, we've got Matt.
Yo, I'm Matt, and I play Zelda, the Twilight Princess. Just kidding. I play Corvus, the Phantom Rogue, Changeling. I gotta have that part in now. I don't think I don't think love's for him. I'm not sure I'm not sure he's open to it. There's probably something missing in his heart that needs to be filled, but he's doing that all the wrong way.
Fair enough, as many people do. Next up, we've got Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Luneine, the Hex Blood Fey Knight, and no idea. That hasn't really the idea of the true idea hasn't really happened yet. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say too much.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Uh,
somebody's got secrets.
Next up, we've
Yeah, all
got
of us.
Amber. Yeah, you've all got secrets, like whatever.
So many secrets. Some of them are secrets to the players too. We don't really know. Hi, I'm Amber. I am playing Ozo, the Way of Mercy monk. Oh, I'm a halfling, and I don't think romance is ever going to be a thing to me. But I guess I'm not opposed. I mean, you know, just not really ever thought it was an option. I'm a little weird, and I don't know a lot of people, in case you didn't notice.
Aw. Well, you know, you never know what might show up in Nuuli Ozo, so who's to say?
And Ozo doesn't know what they'd do if it did show up, so.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Speaking of secrets to the players themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then next up, we've got Jeff.
Hello, I am Jeff. I play Selenar, an elf druid. He assumes someday that he will settle down with another elvish woman, but he's got so much time it hasn't really been a focus for him. But he definitely, you know, he's going to get there, and he knows he'll get there, but just not yet.
Fair enough. Very cool. And lastly, I am Jared. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6-player characters as the humble DM here on Nuuli Forged. And as a result, there's all sorts of romantic viewpoints on Nuuli. Some are very like, oh, I wish it was me, and some are like, fuck that noise. So it's a gamut. You know, you got to ask an NPC to know what their deal is, I suppose, if they're willing to tell you about it. But that all being said and rounded up, let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged, because it's a juicy one this time.
Oh, yeah.
Last time on Nuuli Forged, the Dead Ringers, minus Luneine, laid waste to the defenses of the workshop belonging to the wizard Pouch of Smoke. Things looked grim for Ozo and Renata until Andra, Corvus, and Selenar appeared through the portal to the workshop. The 5 were then able to destroy the remaining animated armors and the helmed horror that seemed immune to certain magics. Andra gathered up some notes relating to the helmed horror, and the party quickly left.
Yeah.
As they began to exit the room, they heard the voices of Luneine and Pouch of Smoke coming up the stairs about a floor below them. Selenar messaged Luneine to buy them about 10 more seconds, and Luneine did something strange. He grabbed the obviously smitten Feline by the shoulders, turned him around, and told the wizard that it was possible that his companions had been searching his room. Pouch of Smoke's mood changed immediately, and he rushed up the stairs, catching the others as they fled his room. He angrily turned on Luneine, threatened him, and slammed the door. The others made a scramble to depart the building, with Luneine and Ozo opting to stay. As the others fled, 2 massive Vastven, seemingly of fire giant descent, grabbed both Luneine and Ozo. The other 4 ringers ran, hearing the gongs of alarm raised as they fled. Renata, knowing what this means, began to lead them through the streets towards the Dust Barrow, the slums, his old home. But Corvus broke off from the group and turned back and shifted into a new form, a new disguise, and arrived in time back at the Shining Diamond to see his remaining 2 companions carted off. manacled and chained in a black steel carriage pulled by 4 massive horse-like elementals and flanked by 2 huge iron golems and 4 very large towering earth elementals, plus a standard retinue of more humanoid-looking guards. He learned from the crowd that they were being brought to the Slab, the high-security prison where all prisoners fear to go. Carved into the very stone of the earth, there are no windows, and there is no hope within the Slab, so it is said. The Slab is staffed mostly by constructs and summoned elementals, and keeps the worst of the worst, and more than a few political prisoners locked away. Corvus followed 2 important-looking people back to the guard headquarters and began staking out the location. Meanwhile, Renata led his remaining friends back to his original home, kind of beat down, run down ruin of a hovel in the Dust Barrow. Gongs ringing through the night, and people noticing the very out-of-place group of new individuals making their way through the streets. All while Ozo and Luneine both entered a plea of not guilty to the warden of the Slab, one Commander Claw, and were thrown in separate cells, Luneine in his own tight little cell of steel and iron, and Ozo in with a group of 5 large reptilian-looking humanoids with teeth glistening sharply in the flickering torchlight. And before we pick up with our imprisoned friends, we must first turn our attention to one fancy-looking individual in a bit of nicer garb of the area, sitting on a bench, casually looking at the police headquarters. Corvus, over the next half hour or so, you spend time kind of getting a vibe for the comings and goings of police quarters. It is evening, so it is not super busy. You see occasional groups of guards, either pairs or groups of 4 usually, going in and out every so often. Not necessarily a routine, but it looks like a few minutes after like a group goes in, a matching group comes out. So they might be like doing a cycle kind of vibe sort of thing. But after about half an hour, you do see the larger man in the trench coat that you were booking up here sort of exit the building. It's Stevan Krasik. He is alone, and he kind of pulls his long duster kind of around him against the chill in the night. And you can see that he kind of wanders down the main street a bit and then kind of keeps on going. What do you want to do?
Presumably there are still people inside, though, right? He just came out alone. He wasn't the last.
Yeah. Like there's
Okay.
still lights on and whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Corvus is. I think he's too wise to try to get something out of a trench coat like that, considering where he stuffed it.
Yeah, you do remember that he stuffed that notebook into like a sort of like gun holster, but it was for a notebook, like right inside of his jacket. Or his duster.
I don't really think I feel like breaking in right now.
Well,
That's
you
something
have
elaborate.
you have seen that there is like normal people have been going in and out of the guardhouse as well. So like presumably there's some sort of a reception area.
Okey-doke. I'll tell you what. For now, I'm gonna pocket that information. I'm gonna see if I can find my way to the rest of the party.
Okay.
Which I don't have much to go on, admittedly.
You
I don't
don't.
think anyone told me.
You only know the Dust Barrows. That's all you've been told. You don't know where. You haven't been. You haven't been given an exact location.
I'm gonna head to the Dust Barrows. I've got sort of like a silly scheme for finding them.
Cool. As
I
you
think
begin
this time.
to.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's all right. I was just going to say, as you begin to like head that way, you know, there's the occasional crowds and group of people around you. Go ahead, make a perception check for me. Cool. With an 8, you don't get a lot, but you do hear a few guards muttering about something about the like the locker room access inside the guardhouse.
Inside the guardhouse I was just watching.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably missed that forever. Okay. Carrying on to the Dust Barrows.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way down. You get to the Dust Barrows. It's not hard to get to the Dust Barrows. You do not seem at this moment in time to match any descriptions. You do see guards occasionally stopping people and kind of like referencing a piece of paper that seems to have like notes written on it. No drawings as of yet, but definitely notes. And they just casually ask you, you know, like, what's your name, what's your business, where are you staying?
Which I have answers to somewhere.
Yeah, go ahead. Just make a persuasion or make a deception check.
Okay.
They buy your story, so you are not stopped, and you are allowed to continue on past the checkpoints. That 19 doing you a lot of service. Eventually, you begin to get to the area known as the Dust Barrows. Things are more run down. Buildings are not as well kept up. They're kind of slanted, off kilter. It looks rough. The people here, the few that are like out at this time of night, definitely are eyeing you in this foppish sort of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure by the time I approach the Dust Barrows, I'm gonna be standing out again. Kind of the opposite of being beggar man in the nice neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I would like to change to blend in, but I'm not sure where I could do that safely since the whole city's on high alert.
Well, you're out of the high alert area now. You're in the Dust Barrows, so you can make an investigation check.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you definitely see an alley like between two buildings that's fairly small, but it looks like it goes the full length of the block, and it is very close quarters, and it doesn't seem to have any like side streets. So like, you could get in there, and it's dark.
Start a fire. That goes well.
Let's do it. I'll get in there and I'll change. This time I'm going to be the old hermit fellow.
Right. Yeah, you shift into that form. Your skin rippling as you take on the visage of this old hermit man. Change out your clothes to match. Pack it away. And you are a convincing old beggar. You keep walking through. People like take note of you, but don't seem as interested as they were when you were fancier looking.
Jack Dawson. That's his full name, by the way.
Okay.
The other guy. Sure. All right. So I'm gonna wander around a little bit. I'm gonna. A part of me is kind of like looking out for those kids again, because I might have a chat with them if I see them. They probably have some like eyes in this part of town. If they're at all organized. And yeah, I think I should probably, barring that, try to ask if anyone strange has come through this part of town or where they were headed. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. It's not immediately suspicious.
Yeah, go ahead, make either a perception or investigation check of your choice.
Well, let's try this perception again. My old eyes aren't so good.
Yeah, you see a like young woman with a pipe kind of sitting on a stoop outside of a very modest looking terracotta like structure. Just like eyeing you as you are like hobbling down the roadway.
I see her eyeing me and I wave at her and I start to come that way. Hello! How are you this evening?
Big inhale of the pipe. Fine. And you, grandfather?
Oh, good, good. There seems to be quite the kerfuffle in the city. I don't know if you've heard. I haven't, but I've noticed.
Oh yes, there is always kerfuffle in the city, grandfather. You know this.
Ah, but this looks like a bigger kerfuffle than usual.
The gongs always mean that the rich are up about something in their ass.
Well, I suppose some things never change. Still, yeah, seen anything unusual around here? Should I be worried?
No more than anyone should be worried in the Dust Barrows. Rumors of runners, of course, but there are always runners in the Dust Barrows.
Well, that's true. That's true. Say, where'd you see them head, just so I'll be steering clear of them? It's gonna be incredibly hard to find this voice later.
You just need to add like a slight whistle to it.
I wish I could. I've tried for years. I can't.
Yes. Well, they were, I think, running down towards... Where was it? I think Talos Rut.
Talos Rut, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
well.
So if you don't want to be involved in whatever the gonging is about, I think you should stay away from that.
I will. I will.
Besides,
don't want the guards coming in.
Besides, there was a ghost reported there last night as well, so don't even worry about it.
Ooh, a ghost, you say? Well, I definitely will stay away from there for sure.
That's smart, grandfather.
Okay, well, I best be getting on before it gets too late. Don't want to be caught out after dark, you know. Well, you have a good evening.
It's already
It's the middle of
dark.
night.
You have failed in your adventure then, grandfather. It is already quite dark.
Ah, I need to be scurrying then.
Do you have a place to rest for the night, grandfather?
Oh, you know, I got one of these here little alleyways that I sometimes camp up in. It'll be all right.
Well, be careful. It is the Dust Barrows.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to do my best to, like, old man scurry.
Yeah, and you scurrying off. She keeps smoking her pipe.
All right. Now, I still don't know where this place is. I should have at least had her point at it, but I didn't think about that at the time. Are there, like, road signs at all? Anything marking streets?
There's occasionally something like scrawled on a wall.
As I'm out and about, I don't happen to notice anything that might be thieves' cant, do I? I guess that's probably unlikely.
Go ahead, make another perception check, because this is like a new thing you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to get out of here.
On a 15, you definitely see things that are like indicative of like coded language and thieves' cant. not necessarily. You like you recognize them. You don't necessarily know like exact meanings, but it's stuff like 3 at midnight or under the 4th bucket, like weird things like that. Just messages you don't necessarily have context for, but you
Yeah, fair
definitely
enough.
notice that they are existing. And as you're kind of wandering, looking around, you do see a like teenage looking feline, maybe. Definitely a feline, maybe teenage looking. Scratching something in the bottom of an adobe wall, and then darting off down an alleyway.
Did I notice what he wrote?
Yeah, it says 4, or it says 3 in Talos Rut.
Oh, ho, ho. Now, if only I knew where that was. Could I follow after him, or is he too fast? I'm obviously making out like I'm an old man, so.
Maybe make a stealth check.
Old man, stealth mode engage.
Yeah, you're able to swiftly move after him without making noise down the alleyway. He's doing that thing at the other end of the alley where he like is like against a wall and like looks and kind of like like the trainee spy, like this is what a spy does kind of thing. Seems like if he does have any training, yeah. You see if he it's you kind of get the vibe like if he does have training, it's like very basic stuff.
Fair enough. Does he so he hasn't spotted me yet?
He hasn't like paid you any significant mind. If he noticed you, it's just like, oh, it's an old beggar. I don't need to worry about that.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to try to cut to the chase. I am trying to figure out how to get to Telos Square?
Talos Rut.
Telos Rut. I was hoping that either I'd see some street sign or some kind of marking that might give me help. That was a big clue there. So I'm going to try to approach the boy and see if I can engage a bit in conversation. If I get close enough and I haven't spooked him.
Yeah, he doesn't notice as you kind of sneak up on him.
Hey, boy, what you doing up this late?
Ah!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Old man, what are you doing out?
Oh, I'm trying to find my way back to my favorite sleeping spot, and I seem to have been turned around. These eyes, aren't what they used to be. I was supposed to turn down Talos Talos Rut, I believe it was. Yeah, but I can't seem to figure out where that is.
Well, if you want to go to Talos Rut, you should be careful. There are dangerous people down there.
Oh, you don't say. Okay, well, be sure to keep as much of these old eyes open as I can when I head that way. But do you mind pointing an old beggar in the right direction for now?
He kind of looks at you and is like, "It's your funeral, old man." And he points down the road. He's like, "About 5 streets that way and to the left."
Oh, thank you, son. Here. I think I've got something there.
Take a hard candy.
I'll pull out a copper piece. I've been saving this one, and I want you to have it for helping an old man out.
He takes it and just kind of says, "All right, well, hope you don't die, I guess."
Oh, me too. I'm gonna move on down.
Yeah.
In the direction.
Yeah, you make your way down to Talos Rut, and it is a slum. It's divey, it's dusty. There are not a lot of lights out or lights on at this moment in time. A lot of the doors are more like heavy curtains than actual like wooden doorways. The buildings look disheveled. The sides of the street are deep like ruts, like gouges that have been carved out from like years of either runoff or carts maybe at one point in time. It is absolutely. It looks like a place that like maybe once served a purpose and now is just kind of where people who have nowhere else to go to live, maybe. As you are walking around, you notice that like if there are shutters, they have been pulled closed, which is unusual to everywhere else you've noticed because, you know, it is a desert, it gets cool at night, but people leave it open for like airflow. But everything's been shuttered or like curtains have been drawn, which is a little odd. And as you make your way, walking down a particular road, you begin to see a little bit of light, like a light that is moving, but it's not like the light of a torch. It's kind of bluey green, and it's kind of just looks to be like dimming, like as though it's moving farther away from you.
Oh no. Corvus's curiosity is going to get the better of him. I did hear tell that there was a ghost in these parts. Just follow it just a little bit.
Yeah, you turn a corner and kind of like watch what it is, and you see it appears to be a feminine form just casually walking down the middle of Talow's Rut. It looks like she has like a basket in her hand. She is partially translucent and giving off a bluish green glow.
Well, that is interesting. I'm gonna just watch her a bit, see where she goes. If there's like some pattern or something, you know, if she's going through some kind of motion.
Yeah, you watch as she kind of continues down the street a little bit. Eventually she gets to a plaza with a fountain that's like barely a trickle of anything. And she kind of turns in one direction and keeps going. And eventually she comes to kind of a more open square where like most of the buildings are shuttered and left to sort of be. But there's one building that is decimated. It's like missing a door. There's some like scratchy graffiti kind of along it. Outside, it looks like it is badly in very bad disrepair. And she kind of gets to that area and then sort of fizzles out.
Interesting. Did you say there was graffiti on it?
Yeah, there's like, you know, like kids have drawn on it and that kind of stuff.
I'm like trying to go back in my head canon and see if I ever heard Selenar and Renata talk at all about what his house looked like. Well, a sign's a sign, so I'm gonna go check out I'm gonna get a little closer look at this building.
Yeah, you take a look at it. It's a little... Make a perception check at disadvantage because it's dark now and there's no light.
There. And I'm an old man.
Well, you don't have dark vision, so...
Ah!
It's looks like a building. You can kind of smell like stuff coming out of it, like mold or animals.
Jeez. I'm gonna look around. So I just failed that perception check. I'm gonna just have a look around, see if anyone's looking at me.
You don't see it. You don't see anyone.
We're knock on the door and see what happens.
There is no door.
Oh, copy that. Windows boarded up, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like any like kind of window frame is like broken and busted. Like most of this place is like run down, but this seems to have been like purposefully destroyed and left abandoned.
I'm gonna, right where the ghost sort of fizzled out, I'm just gonna scratch a little mark of my symbol for ghost.
Okay.
And to remember where it was. And then, yeah, I really got to figure out how to find my friends. I suppose since I'm still on Talos Rut, am I saying that right? I still don't know if I am.
Yeah.
What time is it? It's late.
Yeah, it's late.
Feasibly, people have gone to sleep.
Yeah.
Is there a place that I can rest for the night, old man style, but wake up and maybe spy any comings and goings on the street in the morning? I think I've reached the end of my.
I mean, it's a street, like in a slum, so, sure, but there's risks involved with that.
Sure. Gotta get somewhere safe. Is there any way inside this old abandoned
I mean, there is no door, so, yeah, there's a way inside.
windows?
Well, there's no door,
Let me look.
so it's just an open...
There's a doorway without a door.
Oh, I thought you meant I'm just looking at a wall. Like there's
No,
just no door
like,
on the side. They boarded it up or closed
you
it
said
or something.
you said you were going to knock on the door, and like there is no door. It's just
There's no door. It's physically an open. Okay, great.
Yeah.
We can have a look inside then.
yeah, it is gross and disgusting, and there's like trash and litter, and like you can smell animal stuff. It is gross inside, on the inside of this room here, and it's dark, and you're kind of like feeling your way around.
Let me light a torch, I guess.
All right,
I believe I got my hooded lantern.
All right, you go to light that. Selenar, as you are sort of in here, kind of begrudgingly with Renata and Ozo in a back room.
No. Andra,
sorry. Thank you. Andra and Renata and Selenar, you're in this back room. Your dark vision kind of gives you an extra bit of like clarity in here, and you see like light bouncing off something from the front room, like someone has entered and lit.
I would say that I would have.
I didn't say it was you.
No. I just realized since I said torch, but like hooded lantern because I would keep it really low. Would be my reasoning.
Okay. But yeah, Selenar, you see like the signs of light coming from the front room.
I sign language. Someone's out there. But I don't think anyone would even notice that.
I think Corvus and Ozo are the only other two that speak it.
Andra will activate her devilish details eye patch so she can see in the dark.
Okay.
Gives me dark vision for an hour.
Great.
Which I presume doesn't help very much because all I'm seeing is the same bit of light in the other room. Selenar is.
Yeah, Selenar noticed it.
Do I still have... I should have Mr. Whiskers still summoned, I imagine.
Yeah.
I send him around the corner.
Is he a cat or an owl at this point?
He's always an owl.
Okay. He flies out of a broken window and kind of flies around. And you can sense him in the vicinity.
I look through his eyes as he's flying through the building.
Yeah, you see him.
I'm pretty sure he has dark vision also. I just don't have.
Owls have dark vision.
That would make sense.
Yeah, you see him. He flies out the broken window around the building, and lands on the front window that is also smashed and broken, and you see an old man with a little lantern kind of looking around in the front room, like gross beggar beard, kind of just perusing around.
Not making any effort to be stealthful at all, Mr. Whiskers will just fly and like land briefly on a window ledge in the light. And then if the old man sees him or like turns to him, will immediately fly out of an open window.
Okay. Corvus, as you're kind of looking around this front room, an owl perches on a little ledge in the light of in the small circle of light.
Does the owl look familiar?
Make a perception
See what I did there?
check.
Bye.
Yeah, on a natural 20, you recognize Mr. Whiskers as as you catch him in the light, and he flies out the window.
Oh, Mr. Owlpants. This must mean I'm close. And then I'll come from the direction that Mr. Whiskers came from, and
Yeah, he, like,
as I
That
round
would
the
be the street.
Yeah,
I think.
it's a street. Like, he came in from the front window.
oh,
Like the same way you came in, presumably.
I see.
And he has now flown out the window.
Okay, am I supposed to follow him?
So I tell Andra quietly, it's an old man beggar up there. I think we
Out
should let
there?
him be. In the
I mean-
front room by the street.
Oh,
I'm gonna look for like a doorway or a hall or something that goes a little deeper into the house.
Oh yeah, that's easy enough to see. Like, there's a hallway, and there's some doors that are like off on a kilter or torn to one side, and like some like ragged curtains that have been like slashed and torn, kind of hanging limply.
I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna like stop. I'm gonna walk slowly and just stop occasionally and have a listen. And then if I think I get where I'm about to enter another room, I'm going to switch to Corvus's voice and whisper. I think someone's owl has escaped.
Selenar, you see the
Go
light.
ahead.
Selenar, you see the light moving towards you. Like, you see it getting closer down the hallway.
Okay, so before he says the voice, I know about the hauntings in this area, so I'm going to use a cantrip to like shoot a breeze down the hallway, like in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when he goes into the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. This gust of winds hits you, Corvus, as you begin to approach down the tunnel, or down the hallway, which is not very large. Like, it is small. Like, it's like there's 3 rooms here. There's the front room, a kitchen, and whatever this back room is.
Selenar's
Hey.
trying to scare off whoever this is without revealing himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, cut that out. Says Corvus.
Do I hear that? You tell me when I hear him.
Yeah, you hear that because he calls that out after being hit by a gust of wind.
and is it recognizably Corvus?
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, recognizably Corvus.
you were
Well,
you were
good
in
job
disguise.
finding us, I suppose.
I had a little help. This place is probably haunted, by the way.
Yeah, what
We
else
know
is
that's
new?
why we chose it.
Listen, where's Renata? I think I'm gonna need to have a talk.
I think he's
in that
asleep.
shadowy. Yeah, sure.
And as you reunite, we fade away from you all. and come back to Ozo, locked in a cell with these 5 massive hulking forms that seem to be reptilian-like, with like scaly arms, and like most of them seem to have like big barrel chest, broad shoulders, like massive, like tight, sinewy muscle, just like cords upon cords of muscle, and like teeth glinting in the dark, oily torchlight of this prison cell.
How do I trade cells?
You don't.
Ah, God, I love you, Tanner. Okay, so first question. How far apart, to my judgment, is my cell from Linnean's cell?
You don't know. You have no line of sight on Luneine at all.
But we were walked down the hall together, right? Or because you said we checked into one room.
You were walked to, as a reminder, you were walked in, and you were both entered a plea, and then after you both entered your plea, you were taken in different directions.
Taken in different directions. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. Well, I'm just gonna say hello.
Hello, little one.
How long have you been in here?
Hard to tell days, let alone weeks or months without a bit of sunlight, isn't it?
Oh, fair enough. But I suppose it would take you a little while to, lose track that badly. So I would guess you've been here a long time.
Long enough.
Not 2 hours.
No. It's nice of the guards to give us a little plaything, though.
Oh, you'll find I'm not as fun as you think. Most people do anyway.
I don't know. I'm sure we could find something fun to do with you.
Well, I didn't bring any fun things with me. I don't have my book. What do you do for fun? Oh, I bet you exercise, right? That's a thing that people do.
How did you guess?
Oh, I feel like I see a lot of people who are very strong, who also might have been arrested before, so that must be something to do. It's certainly something I do when I'm trapped in a room.
This must be your first time.
Oh, first time being caught, yes.
Well, isn't that interesting? And this massive clawed hand kind of comes over your shoulder and kind of begins to push you towards the group of other 4 who have been quiet up to this point. Lads, come meet our new cellmate. What's your name, little one?
Oh, hi. I'm Ozo. And you are?
I'm Nash.
Hello, Nash.
Boys, meet Ozo.
Good evening, gentlemen.
And they all
Perhaps
kind
it
of
would be
look
relevant
at
for
each
you to know
other.
that it's very late.
That is relevant, I suppose. Allow me to introduce my companions. Talon.
Hello.
Tooth.
Hello.
Craw. And Scuzzle.
I'm sensing a pattern. Scuzzle. Are you all siblings? Mostly the names Talon, Tooth, and Craw feel like someone chose them intentionally to go together.
You know, we are actually siblings. We're all brothers.
Nice to meet you all. Family businesses are very profitable, I hear.
You see Nash kind of just laughs uproariously. I think I like you, little Ozo.
I do my best to be polite in social scenarios.
They all kind of chuckle at that. And they begin to just like ask you like, what are you in for? Like, what's your like, how'd they catch you? All that kind of stuff.
Cool. I will tell them literally the truth.
Ah, breaking into a wizard stuff, huh? In the Marble Rising as well. That's pretty badass, eh, boys? And they all kind of agree.
Yeah.
Talon is like, yeah, that's real good, Nash. Very, very impressive, little Ozo. Very, very impressive.
Cool.
hate him.
Cool.
Yeah, Talon is more like, still like broad and muscly, but more like hunched over and like seems to be like if he was in an armchair, he'd be gripping the ends of the armchair. He has that kind of like tense energy.
I hate him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he doesn't at all remind us of Mighty Me's.
Yeah.
But yeah, your cellmates appear to take a liking to you.
Love that.
Yeah, these
This
massive.
is not afraid of weird, scary people.
Yeah, you learn that these are indeed lizard folk, and they are
Wonderful.
traveling criminals and have kind of like ended up in Madanat and kind of got caught in a generic like crime spree, property damage sort of way. And yeah, they've been here for a while.
Okay. So just like causing trouble in the streets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they keep talking to you for hours
Great.
on end. Hours.
I would
on
love to
end.
learn where they came from. Are you from this continent, or did you come by ship? Ozo is full like
Low 57
etiquette
girl,
how to book.
thank you for the follow. Low 57 girl, thank you so much.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah, through conversation with these fine gentlemen, you learn that they are not originally from Madanat. They are originally from Johanna, in a swampy area, and they got sick and tired of being in a swamp and kind of made their way to some city and got in a bit of a rough spot there, stowed away on a small ship, ended up getting caught on the small ship, having a fight, taking over the ship, and not knowing how to sail, sort of kind of accidentally ended up sinking the ship and drowning, or almost drowning, except they were recovered by a merchant vessel who over a week kept them aboard and then docked in Madanat, and before the merchant vessel could find anything out about them, they scarpered.
Got it. Great. They've got a warrant out for their arrest all over the place, and then they just got picked up doing some random shit, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have no sense of self-preservation or professionalism.
Seems that way. But they spend hours
they're
upon
polite.
hours talking to you and like
Right. You know,
trading
social
stories.
skills. Good thing Ozo has a mask.
Well, you don't have a mask.
They took all your
So they
things.
took the mask. Oh, I just have a face?
You just have a face, and you are in your most basic of clothing, just as they are, which is not much
Come
for them.
on. You wouldn't take a mask from a deformed malcontent, would you?
This particular prison seems to take no chances and leaves nothing with anybody if they can avoid it.
Wow. Well, Ozo is
You do know
Silently
it is also a establishment heavily under the influence of mages, and so they take no chance of anything being magical being brought into a cell.
Yeah, sure. I mean, a mask isn't magical. It's just my mask.
Could be.
Ozo is faceless. Ozo is freaking out on the inside, and thus in full social etiquette. This is what normal people do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Great.
And so you are up for hours and hours and hours with these people. They do not let you get a rest. Luneine, in your tiny little cell of iron and stone, make a perception check for me.
Wait, that's me. No.
Yeah.
You didn't say my name. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
There was just a pause, so I freaked out.
No, it's all good.
Wait, I thought I was done.
Roll a d31.
Luneine, on a 19, there is something about these walls and bars that is like giving you the ick. It is like constantly like running up your energy. Like it's like rubbing up your neck the wrong way. Like the hackles on your neck are weird. Like you try to get some amount of sleep and you are constantly tossing and turning. It's like a constant like annoying buzz that you can't get past, that you're just feeling throughout your whole body.
Fun.
Yeah. So hours pass in these various scenarios, until eventually at some time the next day, Ozo, you are first collected by some guards with two elementals. You have not had a long rest, so you are exhausted.
Okay.
Your cellmates have prevented you from getting a long rest through their chit chat with you, because time means nothing to them here in the dark.
Sure.
So you are brought into a stone chamber, flanked by these two elementals, with a couple of guards and seemingly a mage as well. And inside the chamber, you see a raised dais with like a stone desk or something on the dais. And you watch as a amber-eyed, dun-furred feline in robes of like flowing black and white with like a little cloth of gold capelet enters the room and is seated before and kind of sits down on this like barrister like judge bench, more or less. Sits above you, looks down, and you see he places a like an orb of some kind on a little pedestal or a little receiving nook for this orb and kind of spins it, and the floor around you begins to glow with runes. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Because I know how to read. 4. That's about right.
Okay, that is a failure. For the foreseeable future, you are unable to lie.
Love that.
Ooh.
Like, Ozo doesn't necessarily know that, but the player needs to know this.
Yeah, that's fair.
And indeed, the room is like well lit. These runes are glowing on the floor. There's multiple lamps, and you can see the details in this room. And you can see this feline kind of looks down and nods in a direction, and one of the guards steps forward. Perpetrator Ozo, you are here to be judged for your crimes by the High Barrister, Burning Sands of the Shining Sea. Your questioning and trial will begin forthwith. Do you have anything to say in your defense prior to the start of questioning?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought that. Yep, no.
Very well. And he kind of looks back to the Feline and kind of nods. Ozo the Halfling, you stand accused of the following amended charges: conspiracy to commit breaking and entering, conspiracy to commit robbery, breaking and entering, robbery, destruction of property, aiding and abetting criminal activity. How do you plead to these modified and updated charges?
Not guilty?
You can see he makes a note. We acknowledge your plea of not guilty. Please answer the following questions. What is your name?
Ozo.
Where are you from?
Shit. Not here.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm jumping in my notes.
Far, far
so-
away.
how do you say this? Sorry, how do you say this? Sorbonne?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorbonne.
Are you a
It's small
halfling?
village on a halfling island. Oh, yes, I am a halfling.
Did you knowingly and willfully enter the private rooms of one pouch of smoke at the Shining Diamond without leave to do so?
Sorry, you said that really fast, and I didn't get any sleep.
Did you knowingly and willfully enter the private rooms of one pouch of smoke at the Shining Diamond without leave or permission to do so?
Oh, yeah, I guess we did go in there.
Did you enter said rooms with the intent to steal property belonging to the aforementioned pouch of smoke?
Oh, no.
Okay.
We
Did-
didn't have a plan of stealing. Like, we never said, I'm going to steal this. We were like,
That's true.
I'm
looking.
just gonna go poke around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be a nosy.
Did you destroy or have part in destroying the following items: 3 animated books, 5 magically animated swords, and 4 animated suits of armor?
Oh, those things attacked us. Yeah.
Your answer is yes.
Yeah, they attacked us. And we attacked them back.
Did you willingly and knowingly enter the private sanctuary of the wizard pouch of smoke?
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that. But we went in when it turned blue.
Did you aid in the theft of various research notes, diamond dust, and other magical items from the sanctuary of pouch of smoke?
I did pick up some stuff to look at it. I gave it to my friends for them to look at. We were trying to figure out what it was.
Are these people your conspirators? And you are presented with images of Renata, Corvus, Andra, Selenar, and Luneine.
Those are my friends, yeah.
Are they the ones who helped you in this robbery and destruction that you have committed?
Oh, well, let's see. Corvus and I went in, and then later on, Renata went in, and later on, I guess Selenar went in, and then later on, Andra, I think, went in too. We all went in eventually to look, and Luneine didn't go in.
He holds up the picture of Renata. What is the name of this individual?
The name that I know is Renata.
He writes it down. Holds up the image of the drawing of Corvus. The name of this individual?
Corvus is the name that I call them.
Do they have other names?
I don't know. Sometimes.
Such as?
I think one of the names that I've heard when they were a little kid. Trying to remember it. Do I feel funny? Or do I put together that the runes and feeling funny?
You don't feel funny. You just, like, if you try to lie, you find that you can't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to lie. I'm literally trying to remember.
Yeah, make a history check.
Great. Love that.
Yeah,
7.
you know that there was another name that Corvus told you, but you honestly can't remember it.
Okay,
Thank
great.
God for that.
Amber is searching through their notes and is not sure whether Ozo would remember because they call it. I don't remember. Where is it?
It's all right. You can say that you don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
Because in this moment, Ozo literally can't remember what the name was.
Okay.
But you can see that he writes down the name Corvus. He then holds up the sketch of Andra. Is this Andra?
Yeah.
Puts it down. And holds up the sketch of Selenar. And this is Selenar?
I mean, I'm assuming that the drawings are accurate and I recognize them.
They're pretty close, yeah.
Great. Oh, yeah.
They're like 85 to 90% accurate.
Yeah, that's a fairly accurate representation.
And then you notice that he does not ask about the image of Luneine.
Oh. You didn't bring up Luneine, but you said his name.
We already have Luneine in custody. We do not need to ask about his identity.
Oh, I mean, sure, I suppose so. But isn't it nice to know for sure?
Holds up the photo. Is this Luneine?
Oh, yeah.
Luneine has made claims that he is of nobility of the Fey realm. Do you know anything about this?
I think so. I think I knew he was from the Fair Realm, and he definitely has air. Or puts on airs. I don't know exactly how you would say it, but
He breathes.
he seems noble, and when we talked to some Fey creatures, it seemed to recognize him kind of. I mean, the way they talk to each other, I don't speak Sylvan or whatever it is that Fey talk, but they seem to really have a really in-depth conversation and seem to know a lot about each other. So I think probably if that's the thing he's saying, it's probably true. We don't talk a lot. In fact, I'm not sure why I'm talking now, except perhaps because I'm a little nervous and a little tired.
That's a mood.
Very well. Your responses to these questions has been noted. You will be returned to your cell, and judgment will be passed shortly.
Okay. Oh, by the way, can I have my mask? It feels really weird not to have it.
No.
I kind of never take it off. Oh, okay.
And he nods, and the elementals kind of like side in on you, and the guards and the mage kind of bring you back to the cells. Meanwhile, Luneine, you have been tossing and turning. Something's been like burning at your skin or itching the whole night. You have not gotten a long rest either. You also have a level of exhaustion. And two earth golems, or earth elementals, and a group of guards come and pick you up from your cell. You are brought into the same room as previously described with Ozo. You are put into the center of the room with these two earth elementals on either side of you. And you see this same amber-eyed, Dunford feline enter, and one of the guards is like, "Prisoner Luneine, you are hereby... what is it? Oh, you are hereby about to have your trial and judgment commenced by the High Magister, Burning Sands of the Shining Sea. Do you have anything to say before your hearing commences?"
I have a lot to say, but I'm sure it'll all be said in due time.
He kind of like looks confused and looks up to the feline, who kind of just nods and waves a hand. And he steps aside. The feline puts the orb in the pedestal, kind of gives it a little spin. The runes on the floor light up. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Do I know the runes at all?
No.
Okay. Ten.
For the foreseeable future, you cannot lie.
All right.
Okay. Prisoner, please identify yourself. What is your name?
Marquis Luneine, Rachel Dusklight.
What are you a marquis of?
The Dukedom of Dusklight in the Moonlight Grove.
Are you an elf?
Maybe?
Kind of raises an eyebrow, but is like, kind of takes a note. Very well, Marquis Luneine of Dusklight, you stand accused of the following amended charges: conspiracy to commit breaking and entering, conspiracy to commit robbery, accessory to breaking and entering, accessory to robbery, accessory to destruction of property, impersonation of nobility, aiding and abetting a criminal activity. How do you plead?
Impersonation of nobility.
These are the charges. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Very well, we'll start with the apparently easy question. Did you knowingly impersonate nobility of a far-off land in order to entrap a victim one pouch of smoke?
No.
Very well. Did you knowingly work to keep the wizard pouch of smoke occupied in order to allow your conspirators to infiltrate his private rooms?
Yes.
Did you know ahead of time that your conspirators intended to break into the rooms of pouch of smoke?
Define break.
Enter without permission.
Yes.
Did you know ahead of time that they intended to rob him?
No.
Did you admit to the victim, one pouch of smoke, that your conspirators had forced entry into his private rooms?
Yes.
Are these individuals your conspirators? And it holds up the same sort of like 85 to 90% accurate drawings of Renata, Corvus, Andra, Selenar, and Ozo.
Yes.
Very well. You are to be returned to your rooms, and you will be informed of your judgment post-haste.
A judgment with no trial.
This is your trial.
This is not a trial.
This is the trial that you are afforded here in Madanat.
Oh, so this is what you afford nobility of another country.
Nobility is irrelevant to justice and truth and law.
Well, there is far more to this situation than you know. Maybe you
Enlighten
should
me.
Listen. Well, we came here to Ronaldo was trying to we like Lunine's trying to like fight the need to force all the truths.
Yeah, every time you go to like obfuscate or tell a half truth, you can't.
I wanted to come here to try to build allies.
For what purpose?
This was notably. I'm sorry, did you just interrupt me?
I am in charge here. Let me disillusion you of any notions that you have any measure of control or comportment in this situation.
No, but you ask me a question and you don't interrupt. That's how you get information. You already
Why
knew this.
were you attempting to build forces?
I'm not trying to build forces, I need friends. I need allies. My home is being taken from me. And I was forced here to avoid assassination. To this plane. These are the only allies I have so far. And when Renata brought up Pouch of Smoke, I thought he was a bad person because supposedly he stole some storyteller's voice. And I don't know why, but somehow Renata has made a pact with a Fey being, and this is part of their deal. I
Go
did
on.
not mean for damage to happen. And Pouch of Smoke actually gave me more information than he possibly intended. That their trade partners are the ones that were trying to kill me. Or their prospective trade partners.
How so?
His Pasha's in contact with the mercenary company that is trying to take my throne from me.
Lunine actually wouldn't know that. Because that information was found by Andra in the notes.
By Andra in the what?
In the notes,
In the notes I stole.
in the sanctum. And never had an opportunity to discuss it with Lunine.
Oh! My bad, I thought that was discussed.
Nope.
No, you didn't give us any chance to talk to you about anything. Just sold us out.
Right. Wait, so where did I leave off my thoughts?
Gave you information.
He gave me some information on leads to get home, possibly. That they're in contact with those from my realm.
If I am understanding your story correctly, you had engaged in this subterfuge in an attempt to help your friends facilitate whatever sort of vigilante investigation, robbery, justice you were attempting to achieve, but in the course of doing so, discovered that the victim Pouch of Smoke was potentially useful to your own private endeavors.
Not only useful, but I just realized that they aren't the bad person that I was made to believe that they are.
So you find yourself regretful of the actions you undertook.
Deeply. If I had known Pouch was such a reasonable and enlightened individual, I believe this whole ordeal would have been completely different. And I feel your people might know something about being displaced from their home and not being able to get back.
Whatever feelings the Feline may have are irrelevant to this case. You will be returned, unless you have anything else to say, you will be returned to your cell. Your statements will be weighed in accordance with your testimony and the testimony of the victim in question. You will then be notified of the results of your trial. And he
Luneine will just nod his head.
Yeah, he kind of nods, and the two earth elementals pick up beside you, the retinue of guards, and you are walked back to that itchy iron cell. Cool. So, the two of you spend some amount of time. It's hard to gauge here. You're tired. You can't really get to sleep. But you are resummoned to this room of judgment. And you are both manacled together and kind of see each other for the first time in however long you've been here from across the circle of this chamber. And you are both brought to the center. Prisoners Luneine, Marquis of Dusklight from the Fey Realm. Prisoner Ozo from Sorbonne. By the power invested in me by the laws and regulations ratified by the city of Marinat under the authority of the Raja and the Merchants' Council, you are hereby sentenced thusly. Luneine, Marquis of Dusklight, Fey Realm. Due to the testimony you have given and the testimony of the victim, and your admittance of involvement in various acts of criminality, on the charge of impersonating nobility, you are found not guilty. For the charge of conspiracy to commit breaking and entering, you are found guilty. Accessory to destruction of property, you are found not guilty. Aiding and abetting criminal activity, you are found guilty. Ozo, based on your testimony and statements rendered, and the testimony of one pouch of smoke, the victim in this crime, you are hereby found appropriately in the following charges. On conspiracy to commit breaking and entering, guilty. Conspiracy to commit robbery, guilty. Breaking and entering, guilty. Robbery, guilty. Destruction of property, guilty. Aiding and abetting criminal activity, guilty. Luneine, Marquis of Dusklight, you are hereby sentenced as follows. 10 years of hard labor, a fine of 10,000 gold pieces, or 1 hand. Alternatively, 5 years of hard labor and a fine of 10,000 gold pieces. 10 years of hard labor, a fine of 10,000 gold pieces, or alternatively, 1 hand, 5 years of hard labor and a fine of 10,000 gold pieces, or, thirdly, a sum of 100,000 gold pieces to be paid by your realm from which you claim dominion. Upon the receival of such funds, you would be allowed to go free. Ozo, Halfling of Sorbonne, for your crimes against the wizard Pouch of Smoke and admittance to these various crimes, and a guilty verdict rendered, your sentence is hereby convened to be death. May your souls find peace in the absolute certainty of justice and the lawful governance of Marinat. Do you have anything to say before sentences are carried out?
May I please at least speak to the Pasha? They might be interested in further what I have to say.
There is
Since
no
this is
avenue that
regarding
allows
him.
you... You may not speak to the Pasha. There is no avenue for you to speak to the Pasha. And the Pashas are not victims in this crime.
Then may I speak to his pet?
The victim is not required to face you.
They're not required. May I request?
He kind of looks over at a clerk who you hadn't noticed before, and this clerk has been writing everything down that this high barrister has been saying. And a massive tome is pulled out, and he's kind of like spends a few minutes looking around, and then kind of comes up and whispers a few things in the ear of the feline. Your message shall be passed along. There's no guarantee on whether or not the victim will agree to see you and will not be forced to.
Of course.
Ozo of Sorbonne, do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out upon your person?
Oh, I suppose just.
Can
Wow, that was fast.
Can you give me time to speak with him before you carry out Ozo's punishment?
The execution is scheduled for 3 days hence. You have plenty of time to think about what you want to do, or
got some stuff I gotta take care of.
If you have any information you might want to disclose to this court and tribe, you may do so at this time. It may allow more leniency. For example, if you give up the locations of your conspirators.
Oh, I literally don't know where they are.
All I know is Renata said he's from here. That's all I know. Truthfully.
Very well. And you are both escorted back to your various cells.
Oh, Ozo would have. I was slow to flip my mic. Has there been any question or thought of the voice that we were looking for? I just don't want them to keep suffering, even if I go away.
There have been no crimes of a stolen voice reported to this body of governance.
Of course, no one can report a stolen voice if they have no voice. And plus, if someone
Without
was in the employ of a
implication-
pasha, do you think that they would be able to feel that they can report it?
If no victim has come forward, no crime can possibly be studied upon.
Why don't you find Renata and ask him? I'm sure he could actually...
Believe
help
me,
with
we
that.
are searching for Renata now. If you have evidence of a crime that has been committed,
Did I go to the place
that
with
may
them?
offer extenuating circumstances, you are, of course, encouraged to present it now.
This is Amber trying to remember if I saw.
It was Corvus and Luneine who were with
It was Corvus and Luneine. Okay,
Renata at the bar.
great. No, no, I took Luneine's.
Oh,
word
wait.
for it. Luneine's very
I
trustworthy so far.
remember where the woman worked. I forget the name of the bar, though. I didn't write that down.
I might have. Oh,
Yeah, you would remember that the bar was called the Rabid Scorpion at the edge of the Spice Mile, not too far from the Dust Barrels, actually.
That.
Great.
Cool.
You can see that Burning Sands of the Shining Sea kind of like writes down stuff. Very well, we will begin an investigation into this matter. Do you have anything else to add to your testimonies at this time that could possibly sway or alleviate judgment in this matter?
I don't know what your judging criteria are, really, so I guess not.
truth
All I know
and
is
accuracy.
we were trying to help.
Trying to help may be noble aspirations, but vigilantism is vigilantism.
Okay.
Very well. And the two of you are carted back to your cells. And as you are locked within the cells, we're going to take a break. So we'll take a quick little 5-minute respite here to allow some, the usual 5-minute stuff. Get some water. And we'll be back after a short rest. So thank you, everyone who has stuck around and watched with us. Thank you, Taco Sanmashu. Thank you, LO57 Girl, for the follow once again. Thank you, I've Got It. We will be back in 5 minutes after this short rest. See you then. Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking a break with us. We are back with episode 44 of our fun little adventures here. Yeah. Where we left off, our fighter Luneine and our monk Ozo are both imprisoned and have been found guilty of various crimes. Luneine sentenced to hard labor and hefty fines, and Ozo sentenced to death, which may be carried out in 3 days. But they did offer some extenuating circumstantial evidence that, or evidence of their circumstances that might help them in their attempt to get some reduced action going down. So we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, while those two are being judged by the High Barrister, dawn comes on the broken home of one Renata Soul Angel, streaking through a busted ceiling, broken windows, and the 4 remaining dead ringers are awoken.
Nice place.
Yeah, it doesn't look better in the morning glow. So listen, I learned some things yesterday, and none of it's good. You ready for this?
As ready as we're gonna be.
I don't know what Renata knows about the slab. That's where Luneine and Ozo were taken last night. They're obviously looking for the rest of us.
Yeah, Renata kind of blanches and goes a little paler than normal.
From what I gathered, and I can't say this with any certainty, but I'm fairly sure that they more or less know our descriptions. So, I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm sure someone saw something and reported it. There were sketches, I think. I learned a little bit about the slab. I don't know how much Renata knows. Basically, no one gets out. There's no... I'll just sort of explain everything I did learn from that woman, which is, that the likelihood of them either being imprisoned there forever or dying is very high. And yeah, so what I did learn though, and I'll start to spread out some pages that on notes that I took and the sketches of the people that I followed, and I was and I'll tell who's in charge of what and who's important, all right? And then I'll get to the end and basically be all right, so that's all the information I have. Thoughts?
Undra will pull out her the notes she got from the room, and say, "Well, these are the notes I picked up in the wardrobe about the haunted horror,
Helmed horror.
helmed horror. That makes more sense. I don't think it's broken, but this is how it was supposed to work, and it's real mean, and I'm not sure it's I suspect it's not a sanctioned weapon."
Okay, let's think about what we know. I'm going to start with what is probably the obvious. Whatever is going down in that prison is probably happening fast. And if we have any time to even think about going after them, namely to get Ozo out at this point, we just don't have a lot of time.
As you mentioned Ozo, it occurs to the group that there was that box that Ozo found and passed off to Renata.
All right, Renata.
What's in the box, Renata?
Give it up. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, what did we take and get in trouble for?
He passes it over and kind of shrugs because he opens the box and it looks like a rock inside this box.
I will cast Identify upon said rock.
Okay, great. You cast Identify upon said rock, which is glorious. Stand by, please. Here we go.
It's a rock.
In a box.
Definitely a
It is decidedly a rock. So here's what you get as you cast Identify on the spell. This is an artifact that requires attunement by a creature with a spellcasting or pact magic feature. It is called the Stone of Silence. This hand-sized dark gray stone originates from the peaks of Ill Tidings in the Shadow Realm and is carved into the shape of a humanoid face with rounded features, except there are no lips and no mouth. While attuned, as a magic action, you may cast the Silence and Enthrall spells without the need for verbal or somatic components, or expending a spell slot. You use your spell save DC for this effect. You may cast each spell once in this way, and once you do so, you may not do so again until you complete a long rest. Any creature attuned to this item also understands how to conduct 2 rituals using the stone as a focus. The ritual of communicative binding and the ritual of communicative unbinding. The ritual of communicative binding can cause one creature to be unable to speak or write. This ritual can only affect one creature at a time, and while it is in effect, the stone's other properties do not function. The ritual of communicative binding can only be undone by the death of the affected creature or the ritual of communicative unbinding. If you would like to add that into your inventory for your notes, you will find the Stone of Silence on D&D Beyond.
Sweet. Cool. Can I tell if the ritual is in effect?
Yes. The ritual is in effect. You can tell that from your casting of the spell.
Great.
Do you communicate all of this information to everyone?
Yes.
That is a very useful relic we have found.
Yes. Yes, it is. I swear I just added it. Where the fuck did it go? There it is. Never mind. I found it.
Yeah. So you have
in my backpack.
Yeah, you have identified it. No one is attuned to it yet, so nobody knows the rituals.
Right. But I can tell that one is in effect because when it is in effect, it negates the other things.
Yeah, you can tell that the other things can't be done because the ritual is in effect. So someone somewhere has had this ritual of communicative binding cast upon them. And the stone is like the anchor point for that.
Know what it takes. I'm looking to ask if I can roll an Arcana check or something about how to attune to an object.
Yeah,
it's easy. You just concentrate on it.
Yeah, attuning to an object is very simple. You just spend an hour with it. It's very easy to attune to an object.
Yeah, Andra has other objects she is currently attuned to, so she would know exactly how to do it. So this isn't that person's voice, but this seems to be how they stole it. Part of me wants Renata to be the one to attune to it and unbind his friend, because I feel like that's
seems fitting.
Seems like the thing to do. But of course, Renata's not being very helpful today.
Well, here's what I will say. You can pass it over to Renata and ask him to attune to it, which takes an hour.
Right.
At the end of that hour, he relates to you what the ritual is. So, the ritual of communicative unbinding requires the following things.
Oh, I see. The stone doesn't do the ritual. The stone only
No.
casts the spell, and you have to. The ritual is another thing.
And it teaches you how to do the ritual.
And
Right.
the stone is the focus of the ritual.
Right.
So, the ritual requires 1,000 gold pieces of incense and specific materials, plus access to a forge of some kind.
Oh my.
The ritual takes 2 hours to complete, during which time the caster may not be interrupted. If they are interrupted, the ritual automatically fails and everything is expended and you have to start all over again. Mechanically, as players, to successfully complete the ritual requires an Arcana check by a practiced spellcaster and a concentration check for each of the hours of the spell's casting. If the caster attempts to cast any other spells or losing concentration, the ritual will fail and must be begun again.
Gotcha.
So it is a money and a time investment sort of thing. And if there's any sort of interruptions, you got to do it all over again.
Gotcha. All right.
And
So
1,000 gold is a lot. I think some. I don't know my character sheet, but I think I've got like 120 gold.
I have your character sheet. I can tell you that. Yeah, you have 190 gold. In fact.
Ooh, it's because he doesn't spend money because he doesn't care.
I was going to say, good lord, Andra has like 30 gold.
Let's say, how much gold did we get from the first job we all
Yes.
did?
Sarah, being a wizard is so expensive.
I know. I keep having to buy shit.
It was like we've done 2 paid jobs, and they both were like 50-ish each, or so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Andra's just been spending money because she's a wizard, and she needs stuff. And B, she had like nothing in the way of adventuring gear. Like she keeps having to buy like camping gear and stuff.
Yeah, I know that when there was a session that a bunch of people bought health potions, and that was a money sink
Yes.
at like 50 gold each or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even know what those
I
are.
have one of those. I have one of them, because I need them.
Yeah.
Because I am wimpy.
So after the hour goes by and Renata explains what the ritual entails, it is up to the group to decide who might be the best person to cast this ritual, because it is an intensive work of arcane study and practice.
Sure.
If only we knew someone that casts spells.
Uh-huh.
Well, the first thing we would want to do is we can't do it without the incense anyway, which we don't have. So,
Right. Yeah, we would need
and
to.
I don't believe we have the means to just buy it. And even if we did have 1,000 gold, would we do so? / is there a market? Like.
Right.
I don't think it's reasonable to assume that we would do it at all.
Right. That's a lot of money for a component that we may or may not be able to find locally. And
the various incenses.
as-
I mean, you have. I will just remind you have been to a magical supply shop here in this town.
Yes, but we're on the run now.
You are.
Yes, I'm in fact carrying some incense. I am carrying like 10 gold pieces worth of incense, which is not very much. I'm carrying a small I think I'm carrying familiar summoning incense.
Mm-hmm.
So Selenar poses a question to this group. Is there a way we can determine what's happening to our friends in jail?
Yeah, this doesn't feel like it's going to help them at all. It's going to, this is the thing Renata wanted, but
So
I don't know that it's going to help our friends in jail.
let's think about this for a second. Breaking in there is incredibly difficult from what it sounds. I don't even have the faintest idea where to begin. on that yet. And unless the execution is somehow public, I don't even know how we could interrupt that, assuming they're dead.
Renata would inform you that executions of criminals are usually public.
Okay, well, so we have this one small silver lining to look forward to.
Y'all
The-
can
the-
watch
the-
Ozo die.
The theory is it serves as a deterrent to would-be criminals.
Right.
That would.
But we do also have strong evidence
This is my
that
point.
this voice was maybe not stolen, but restrained.
Well,
We know that the ritual of whatever binding is cast on a person,
Sure.
which I assume if Renata were not sucking his thumb in the corner, he would assume that it is the person that he is. Like, the
Right.
whole reason we went after this guy is because he stole someone's voice, right?
so what do you do with that information?
Right. I was going to say, I don't think our friends, however, are being accused of stealing a voice. Like,
And
this is
all
a
we
separate
have are
crime.
assumptions right now. We actually don't have a lot of proof unless we can bring in the Feline whose voice was stolen somehow.
Right. I was going to say, has anyone seen this person? Renata, have you talked to this person or talked at this person?
We found them. We know where they are.
We know where they are. So
I'm trying to find that in my notes, actually, as we speak.
Ah,
Book of Sales. So, but here's the thing. This seems like I mean, Renata would know this if he would,
pay attention.
only speak. This seems to be a city
Follow
that
in the
takes
middle of his Linkin Park
crimes.
concert.
This seems to be a city that takes crimes very seriously, and if we just go in with half of the story, I don't think it's going to actually. And we could all end up in jail. Is what I'm saying.
I think
instead
the
of getting
chances
anyone
of us all
free.
ending up in jail are really high, considering that we all ran away.
They're all currently wanted.
I
Yes.
don't plan on being made. I don't know what we can do about the rest of you.
You're so helpful.
That might afford me some time to go out into the city and observe some things in a low-risk environment.
You want to go, I don't know, talk at this person that they can't respond if they've been bound. They can't really.
I'm aware.
If they're
Those-
literate, though, they could write.
No, they can't.
No, they
What's
cannot.
the spell?
Trust me, they
Can't do
cannot
any-
write.
Could they nod?
They can neither write
Uh,
nor speak.
They can do vague gestures in the hopes that we'll figure out some
Yeah.
of what they're trying to convey.
They can
Trust
play
me,
charades.
we've been through this already.
They can answer yes and no questions with body language.
Sure.
Presumably, yes.
Sure. This still doesn't seem like something that we can, take to the authorities. Particularly as, the authorities are probably not inclined to listen to us at the moment.
Oh, I should also let you know,
No,
Renata.
but if we do find the person and successfully unbind their voice, they could go to the authorities against our accuser.
That might be the only way.
There's
Let me
that.
interrupt real quick just to say that I don't know if this is it means we're in danger, but we're definitely people know we're here. I should have said that last night. Sorry. The little kids I've seen running around, the little thieves. Yeah, you guys were obviously you stood out. I'm sure when you came here last night. So someone's got their eyes on this place. Just thought I would say that in case we're rudely interrupted. Now go on.
Cool.
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 I don't have
cool,
a better hiding place.
No, and I
Yeah.
think the fact that a ghost literally walks down the rut to this very building probably helps keep people out. I saw that last night. I'd love to investigate that later, but we have some more pressing things to deal with.
Sure. Okay, so you think we need to cast the unbinding ritual, is what you're saying?
It might be the only way, unless there's any definite way to prove who cast this ritual to begin with, and I don't understand enough to know if that's.
Well,
I-
it seems we have three options. Selenar says, if we somehow acquire the materials for the ritual and complete it,
Right.
the person could go and accuse our accuser,
Right.
which wouldn't really change the crimes that have been committed anyway.
No.
We could. Well,
No.
this is
We
me
don't
out
know-
of character saying this. We don't
We
know they've been. We don't know they're being executed or anything yet, right? Like,
Right.
No, you don't
we
have
don't
that.
know.
just-
No,
for
but
knowing
what
that.
I was told is, from asking people on the street, it's highly likely that they're not coming out. Either they die or they stay there forever. There's
And
nothing
I'll
else.
just say, okay. So we can either unbind the woman so she does the thing, or we break out Ozo and or Luneine, or we leave them to their fate and leave the city.
And this
Which I don't-
will be. Oh, go ahead.
Me as a player, I don't want option 3, but Selenar would definitely be like, we could just leave.
Corvus will be very serious when they say that I will do everything I can and try as hard as I can to make sure that Ozo has a chance of getting out.
Sure.
They have both saved all of us many times. We definitely should at least try for the favors they've done us over the past 6 months or so. Seems the right thing to do.
Sure. We don't know if we don't know if we give this person their voice back, that like there's a lot of unknowns past that point. If we give them their voice back, they may or may not be willing to accuse the person who took it, and that may or may not have any bearing whatsoever on our friends' cases.
And that may or may not be against the law here. I have no knowledge of what the laws here are.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a specific law against stealing one's voice.
One of
Perhaps.
you did take time on their first day here to investigate and spend some time at the docks and look into the laws that were posted.
It was definitely not Andra, because she is well on her way to breaking all of them.
It was Corvus. And Corvus would know that one of the laws that was listed was no harmful magics are allowed to be cast upon citizens of Madanat.
That is true, and presumably Book of Tales is a citizen of Madanat.
Yo, Renata, is your friend a citizen here?
It's,
Come on, Renata.
it is safe
Close
to
enough.
it is safe to assume.
Okay.
So, also, just so we don't leave anything off the table, what other information did we find that could be incriminating to Pouch of Smoke, and incriminating enough that they would hide it in their secret lair?
So I've got the notes on the building of the horrible thing that tried to kill us all, and it's definitely a weapon of mass destruction. It's definitely not a not friendly thing to have. I don't know if that falls under an armed guard self-defense thing, if it's okay for him to have it, but it's experimental, and it was given to him by a person whose name I don't recognize. Like, can't put my finger on it. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know. It's from Cecily Graystrop. Does that mean anything to somebody? Grasstrop. Does that mean anything to any of you? It sounds important,
No.
but I'm not sure who they are.
I assume this name has not shown up in this Madanat history book I picked up on the first day here.
No, none of you are familiar with the name.
Yeah.
So this sounds bad, and if we could somehow link it to Pouch of Smoke and maybe even their boss, the Pasha, this could be some leverage. Now, I will say, in my experience, taking the law into your own hands is usually frowned upon. So I'm not sure we'll get off scot-free. We have already committed crimes. I mean, if we come forward with this information. However, there is possibly a way, thin though it may be, that we could come forward with this information without giving ourselves up.
I think we need to get.
Now, the
I
thing
forget her
is
name
that
already.
even if we have this information and we prove that that guy committed crimes, that doesn't negate the crimes that our friends are accused of.
That's what I'm saying. But it might.
But it certainly muddies the waters.
Mm-hmm.
It could lessen them a bit. I don't know what all the rules are about, like, you know, if the original victim is also, you know, part of some larger thing. I don't know. It's just something to think about, because
if we have proof that Pouch of Smoke did break a law, we could use it as a bargaining chip with him. You know, drop your charges or we're going to bring this against you, sort of thing.
Oh, like we could blackmail them.
It is risky, but it's very risky. I'm sure blackmail would be another crime, but I do
Probably.
like it.
So in all cases, I think we need to get the mute lady. She might be able to help us get. Of course, no one is more motivated to get her voice back than her herself. So maybe she has some resources to help us get the incense we need.
Maybe she's secretly also an incense dealer.
Possible, and we won't know until we ask her.
Sure.
Yeah, good luck.
However, I'm the only elf in this city, and I shouldn't leave this room because I'm very easily identified. Obviously.
Correct. You should all try to disguise yourself in some way if you're going to leave. I'm sure that any vague notion of what the criminals look like could be linked back to us if we're not careful.
Sure. I mean, I can cast an illusion on myself for a limited time period.
Well,
everyone's looking for an elf. No one is looking for a cat. But that only gets me from A to B. I can't stay a cat forever.
For a hot second, I was like, there are fleas everywhere in the city. Yes, I know what you mean now.
Yes.
Okay, something else had just occurred to me, and I'm speaking a little bit stream of consciousness. I know what some of the people in charge of this current investigation look like, and if I could somehow poses them long enough to submit new evidence, this could get somewhere, but I want to make sure that we have everything. I want to make sure it's right before.
But do you know enough about how the process works to fake it?
No, I know enough to know where.
Because just looking at them isn't going to do anything if you don't know what they have to do.
I guess I'll just have to wing it.
Sure.
What could possibly go wrong?
That is sort of a plan D at this point. Just saying, we should make sure that our evidence is airtight first.
I mean, in the meantime, you say we've got a ghost. We could also there are things we can do to lean into that to make people even less likely to come in here. I've got an idea.
That gust of wind you used last night is you could accompany that with some like ooh, and that might actually sell it a little better. But what was your idea? Sorry.
No, I have an idea right here.
Oh.
Hello.
Creepy looking.
I am. At least that's what you all have said. I don't know if I really am, but I guess if it's true, it's true. It's not my fault, though.
I think you're the bestest idea in the whole wide world. But
Aw.
I think you could perhaps startle or scare some other people to prevent them from finding us.
How?
Idea. Do you know what a lookout is?
No.
Well, if we could
So-
find you a place to like look at the street and let us know if someone is looking for us.
Got it.
and then come back and tell Andra. Don't
He doesn't
say
even have to
anything.
come back. He can just tell me.
That's freaky, but okay.
Okay.
He can just tell me that. And if we like play up the spookiness and like maybe gave you like, like some weird glowy shit or something, and made you look even creepier, maybe you could also be a minor deterrent.
How would I have
say
glowy shit? I don't shit. How would it glow?
Well, illusions.
I'll let you work on this idea, Andra.
I'm right here.
Yes, you are.
So,
I kind of want to take a look around outside, but go ahead.
No, I just want to because there's been a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
It sounds like one option is to attempt to do the ritual, but that's a time, money, and materials thing. Sounds like your option 2 is to go talk to Book of Tales, and get her involved somehow with helping things smooth over or whatever. 3 is a prison break, which does not seem feasible, and 4 is just cutting and running.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Selenar wants out of game. Selenar wants to try option 2.
Pick 3, my lord. Just kidding. That's gonna be hella difficult.
So idea. Can you be a very good rat and go and just find like a corner to like look out on the street and make sure that no one tries to come into this building for a little bit?
Yes.
You.
And this like skeletal rat like scuttles out.
You should probably have let him know that the typical idea of a lookout is to remain undetected as long as possible, but we'll see.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
I guess
he's a very smart boy.
Yeah, so he's scuttled off and is doing his thing. So what are the 4 of you doing?
If it behooves us to go try option number 2, I can try to leave here in disguise.
Most of you do have ability to disguise yourself in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
If Selenar does, that'd be great. I don't know how long that lasts, because mine lasts as long as I want. So I'm not worried. I could cut and run at any time. But
Selenar is hoping that Corvus...
Corvus is the definition of cut and run.
Corvus
would take not much effort.
Andra can cast an illusion that will not hold up to physical contact for up to an hour.
Yeah, wild shape is up to an hour, but it doesn't really help because what am I going to turn into? A wolf? Like
a rat?
I can do a rat, a wolf, an elk, a bear, a cat, and a shark. I think, if memory serves.
At least 2 of those are valid options. Like you've seen cats and rats all throughout the city. So
yeah, I mean, I can definitely hide and move for an hour twice, right? Because it's 2 uses per long rest. So
is it only 1 hour? You're not up to 2?
I don't believe so. I think it's still 1 hour, but I don't have any way to check that where I am right now.
Right, of course.
I think that is accurate because you're not a moon druid. You're a circle of land.
So
that makes sense.
Oh no, wild
No,
shape time
2 hours.
half your druid level.
No, half
half your
druid level. Yeah, so you can
Yeah,
do it for
2
2
hours.
hours.
The moon
Oh,
druid
so
level's
I
only
could be-
different from the
I mean,
CR.
it's still not a huge amount of time to explore a city.
No, but it's potentially long enough to get to a known location and
Correct.
then get back.
Me, Jeff the player, thinks my wild shape charges right now are if a bunch of guards show up at this house, I can turn into a cat for 2 hours and find a new hiding place.
Right.
So that's sort of my escape plan. And I don't really want to use them,
Right.
for any other purpose because I'm an elf, the only elf on this continent. It's sort of hard to hide.
Sure. So you have 4 hours of being a cat or rat. I have potentially 4 hours worth of disguise self in 1 hour increments. So we and Corvus can do his thing.
Now, Corvus, you know where that bar is, the Rabid Scorpion. It is not far from the Dust Barrows.
Right. So we could go there and talk at this person.
I would love for Corvus to go there and talk at this person.
And bring them back here?
Or at least determine somehow that they can or can't help, or on board with this plan, not on board with this plan. An
Sure.
informational mission.
Sure.
That person doesn't have to come here, even if it's a little bit of a back and forth. If it's a 20-minute walk or whatever, it's not a big deal for not Selenar.
Sure. I did not mean to put that in the chat. I don't know why. I just clicked on the thing as I was scrolling past it. But it also, as far as we, perhaps Renata should go since he's the one who knows this girl.
Renata is currently shadowy and indistinct, and also does not have a means to disguise himself.
Fair. I didn't remember if he had decided himself.
Do you have a way to help others with disguise?
I was actually going to ask. The only thing that I could possibly offer is that if I have anything in my disguise kit that I could throw at people.
Could you disguise yourself as Renata so that you're a familiar face?
I could. And I could turn myself into the guard while I'm at it.
Corvus, you were also there, so Book of Tales knows who you are.
This is true.
Yeah, I didn't mean walk the streets as Renata. I meant,
That would probably be a bad idea. Almost a bad idea as walking the streets as Corvus.
Right.
Well, the beauty of the mask is that hopefully that's all they saw. What's the name of that place again? The Rabid something?
Scorpion.
I'm just saying that, the woman who can't talk might feel more comfortable going with someone she knows. Or talking to someone she knows. As opposed to some, random strangers rushing up on her and being like, hey, get our friends out of jail.
And Corvus, you were the one who rolled the nat 20 on the insight check to figure out what she was saying. So you were the one who made the most understanding during that game of charades.
Okay. I'm looking back at my notes. This is not in our current conversation. This is out of character, but I wrote something down about a person-sized raccoon that can talk walking around with a cape. I don't know what that means.
It sounds amazing, whatever it is.
That was a rumor you heard.
I think I wrote this down too.
It was just a rumor you heard. Yeah.
Cape or cake?
Cape.
Cape, okay.
Has
So-
anyone at all ever mentioned that rumor? Just never mind. We can come back to that.
So what are you going? So what is your plan of operation? What action are you all going to take?
All right, so maybe talking to this girl or talking at this girl is a good first step.
Quick question: on the 15th, was that the day we found Book of Tales? Because I've lost all my notes for that. But that seems to be.
It
what
was
seems to be now.
earlier than that. It was like the week
Yeah.
before that.
The
Yeah.
week before that, we are.
It was,
Okay.
I believe,
I didn't write.
It was either 2 or 3 episodes ago.
Okay.
But anyway, so what is your plan? Corvus is going to go back to the Rabbit Scorpion disguised. Is anyone else going with Corvus?
Do you want someone else to go with you, Corvus?
It's risky, but you'd have to disguise yourself. But you certainly can try. Whoever has information on this rock thing and can explain it better than me wouldn't hurt, perhaps.
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
Renata passes you the Stone of Silence.
Yeah. I think I still have it because I had to hold it to cast Identify on it.
Yeah, but then you gave it to Renata to spend an hour attuning to it.
Right.
Yeah, so
Fair.
that's how you got the
Um,
ritual information.
Right. Cool. So I will accept it back from him. Should we go?
I guess so.
Did we get a
um,
full rest last night? Is the
The 4 of you did get a full night's rest, so you can apply a long rest.
Thank you. Good question.
You were not
Because-
held
Important
in
question.
uncomfortable prisons that were preventing you from getting rest.
This
Just 'cause
Just
I
a
used a couple of those
very
spell slots.
comfortable slow hobble. So
Yeah.
Celadar will stay with Renata in the house, and
Yep.
Andra and Corvus are going, I think.
Yes.
I just realized this feeble old man was walking around town like bloodied from combat.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure I can maybe mask that.
All right, so if I go with Corvus, Idea will not be able to communicate with me. Do you want me to leave Idea with you anyway, Selenar? Or do you want to set Mr. Whiskers up as a as a sentry?
Idea can speak.
I think I can send. Well, I think I can give Mr. Whiskers onto the roof of the building with instruction to fly back in if there is a danger or something like that.
Can you not talk to Mr. Whiskers?
Owls can't
Mr.
speak.
Mr. Whiskers doesn't speak. I can see through his eyes telepathically, but otherwise, I think
Oh.
I can give him simple direction.
Oh, I see. So, I mean, I could ask Idea to stay here and just come and talk to you. But that is perhaps not very subtle if he is trying to be a stealthy lookout.
I think we'll be okay with Mr. Whiskers. If I'll just send him on the roof, and if he sees any guards outside or anyone asking about us, he can come back through the window, and we'll know what it means.
Okay.
In the meantime, how was Idea doing? Because if the coast is clear, I'd love to make this opportunity to get out
Oh.
of here.
I will
Yeah,
telepathically communicate
there's
with Idea and be like, hey, anybody out there?
yeah, there's people. They're just walking by, back and forth across the plaza. Nobody's noticed me yet. I feel a little ignored. Should I feel this way? I feel like they should be
Not-
seeing me, but you don't want them
No,
to see
that's
me,
a good-
right?
No. Ignored is good. That means you're doing a very good job of being a lookout.
Well, then I'm just great at this.
Excellent. I knew you would be. You're such a smart boy.
I am.
All right. Idea says that there's people out there, but they're not. They're just
Okay.
going about their business.
Well, I'm gonna get back into character, and I'm gonna walk out like I slept here tonight because I did, and you do whatever feels best. Don't lose me, but don't follow too closely, okay? Can you handle that?
I suppose. I'm going to cast disguise self.
Mhm.
I can't be more than a foot taller than I am, and I probably don't want to be much bigger than that because it's just an illusion, and if people try to touch me, they will know it. So I am going to disguise myself as a child, like one of the urchins we've seen running around the
Yep.
the streets.
Great. So the two of you make your way through exit and make your way through the dust barrel.
Come on, Grandpa.
It seems that your disguises are well chosen. Nobody gives you a second glance. You look like you should be in this area. A couple people, like when you first step out of the building that you were in, are kind of shocked, but they just kind of brush it off. They don't seem to really care enough to engage about it.
Come on, Grandpa. Ma's been looking for you all night.
What? But Mom's dead.
So you make your way to the Rabid Scorpion. You arrive. It is, it's fairly late in the morning by the time you arrive there with all the shenanigans you've been pulling this morning. But this is not a busy bar. You arrive, it is open, and Corvus, you do see the familiar form of Book of Tales kind of cleaning and sweeping up a little bit. And as you both enter, she kind of does a little bow and gestures to a table.
There's a way to, when she's maybe
You can see that she gestures to a table far in the back because you look like you do.
Looks like we belong in the dust barrel.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. In that case, it probably wouldn't be very hard to, perhaps take my hat off, and when I do, change into Chorus's face, whatever I showed Book of Tales the last time, and maybe sit and just wait and see if they come back to service.
Yeah, if you remove your hat and revert your face, her eyes light up and she immediately comes over. She looks confusingly and kind of points at Andra.
She's a friend trying to help you with your voice. We've learned some. Are we back in the back corner now at this point? Okay, we feel safe. We've learned. Let me turn to Andra for a second. Say she can hear us, but understanding what she's trying to communicate back to us is going to be the challenging part. Okay.
Excellent.
So just be patient, and then I will proceed to explain everything that we know so far about the bit of trouble that we're in, the rock that we found in Pouch of Smokes, whatever, and. It's toward the end of the explanation. I'll say, so we don't really know what to do, but we still want to try to help you, and we want to try to help our friends. Perhaps what's easiest if now... Oh, what did she said something?
It looked like she was making a sympathetic gesture.
Fair. Perhaps what would be best to do next is to ask a series of yes or no questions that might be easier to communicate. Yes? Okay. If we do the ritual and can get your voice back, are you willing to testify against Pouch of Smoke for what he did to you? Okay, good.
She looks very pensive, but she does nod affirmatively.
Yeah, I understand. I'd be a little worried too. Andra, do you have any questions? That was the big one. I know we need some things for the ritual, namely incense.
We need a shit ton of incense.
So the 1,000 gold is not all incense. I want to be very clear about this.
I see.
It is 1,000
Work
gold
physically.
of incense and specific materials. So like
Copy,
Okay.
copy.
bits of
So
stuff.
if we gather, and presumably speaking, if we gather 1,000 gold and then go shopping for components, you can guide one of us into buying the appropriate things with 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
You, the DM, not you, Pouch of, not you.
Yeah.
Potato.
The list of stuff, you know the list of stuff because Renata attuned and tells you it all.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
He knows more specifically. We just didn't
Yeah.
cover it all.
The big thing is like you need access to a forge.
Right.
Yes. So at this point, I guess we could ask.
Do you know anyone with
whatever-
a forge? Do you know
Yeah,
anyone lend
it's
us their forge?
No
Ah.
idea, huh? Same.
At this point, Book of Tales begins slowly making gestures and like begins miming and attempts to like charades convey an idea. Both of you can go ahead and make insight checks. Matt, Corvus, you have advantage because of you've experienced this before and you have Thieves' Cant.
Well, thank God I brought on.
Okay, Andra, on a 22 insight, you realize that this woman is conveying messages that are like intellectual in nature. Like she is an intelligent woman, and she is like using similes and analogies that like spark in your mind, and so you get a gist of what she's saying. What she conveys is that if someone can bring her and this item to a high enough official in the guard, then it is possible she could make an actual complaint, because she's never been able to do that because because one, she can't communicate, and like she tried and they like said, if you can't speak, you can't write, get out of here, we got nothing for you. And also she was too afraid because of Pouch of Smoke's position with this particular pasha. But there are other pashas, there are people who are not aligned with this pasha. You know, it's politics, everyone's got enemies.
Right.
And having the stone is at least evidence that she is under this effect. And if the ritual is conducted, she can testify more about that.
Gotcha.
So through a wild variety of gestures and similes and kind of like sounds, like you put all this together.
Cool. So if we can get you to someone who is maybe a different pasha.
Someone who's a different pasha or high enough up in the guard, like a guard captain or a commissioner or something like that.
I think I'm aware of a few people now that are high in that.
You stalked some of them.
Observed, but yes. Okay, so to recap, if we can complete the ritual and get your voice back, and then take you with a voice and this stone.
What she's saying is that if we take the box and her before we do the ritual, we might be able to get them to help us complete the ritual. Because getting her and this thing to a forge with some expensive incense is going to be not quiet.
Okay.
She also conveys, we're going to honor that 22. She also conveys that if you remove the binding ritual before, then the stone will not indicate that she's bound.
Right. We need the evidence that that someone did this to her, because otherwise it's just an artifact.
Okay.
It's just a weird rock in a box.
Now we have to think of a way to complete all this without inadvertently turning ourselves in before we have a chance to explain anything.
As you are beginning to get to this point of the conversation, some time has passed. Your spell has worn off, unless you want to recast it.
If we're in a dark corner and Corvus looks like himself, I will wait until we are ready to leave.
As you get to this point, the door opens. Both of you make a perception check.
Oh God.
I'm very good at perception.
Did I do good at perception? I did this time.
did.
Okay.
Cool. Corvus.
Hunter's probably facing the wall.
Just before the door opens, you hear the sound of heavy booted feet and chainmail swishing. And the sound of like weapons clinking against armor.
Andre, you should probably redisguise yourself. Just
Okay.
ASAP.
Yep.
And I will also do the same. I'll sort of put my hat back on, and as it passes over my face, I'll go back to old Jay.
Recast the illusion.
The door opens. You reassert yourselves. And a group of
slightly less ragged.
Sure. A group
less ragged child.
of
So I look
four
less.
a group of 4 guards enters the Rabbit Scorpion.
Oh, we're going to jail, aren't we?
And they look around and they say, "We are looking for one book of tales." And her ears kind of perk up, and you are being asked to come with us to provide an alibi in a case of 2 fugitives, or 2 prisoners, more accurately. They claim that you have some impetus behind their actions. Are you willing to come and discuss this with the Magister? Her eyes go big, and she looks at you and looks back at the guards.
I give her a subtle shrug, but I'm gonna put my hand on the box. Is it still somewhere on the table?
Yeah, you've still got the box.
I'm gonna look down and be like, should we just let her take this now?
You can see that while you're kind of trying to figure that out, she kind of looks back and bows and kind of nods. And the guards say, "Very well. Come with us, please. Thank you." And you can see that she is walked out of the bar. One of the guards turns back and says, "Sorry for interrupting your drink." And the 4 of them exit, and you can see out of the window. You go and you take a look out the window. They are marching with her in the middle in a protective way, not in a you're under arrest way, but to make sure nobody messes with her. And you see her walked off into the streets.
Corvus as old Jay, but talking as Corvus looks down and goes, "Well, that escalated quickly. It sounds like a job for Jack Dawson." And I'm gonna stand up and follow her out into the streets.
Do you change into Jack Dawson?
I will do so at yeah. Let's do it before I leave. I'll somehow take off a
there's a privy.
Yeah. The Superman style, just go to the phone booth.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, Jack Dawson. And you kind of rush to follow them down the right. Meanwhile, at the slab.
Meanwhile, back at the slab.
Yes, Luneine, a retinue of guards with their elementals comes and removes you from your cell. You are brought to a small room. You can see the room is divided in half, and you are chained to a table and chair. with your arms, so you can't move your arms or your legs. And you can see 2 runes glowing on either side of the wall on your side of the room. A few moments later, after you are secured and the guards leave, one of the earth elementals is positioned in the corner of the room, which, like, it's not that big of a room, and so this earth elemental takes up a sizable portion of it. But in walks Pouch of Smoke. He crosses his arms and kind of looks at you, chained to the chair. The High Magister said you wanted to see me.
I did. I wish to formally apologize.
Okay.
This was a situation that escalated far beyond what it needed to go to.
Your companions not only stole notes and materials from me, they destroyed years of work of my animated defenses from my private sanctum, which they also breached.
Wasn't that hard?
You're not there.
Yes, and again, I am sorry. They merely
My
all of
question is, why did you go through all this just to steal from me? I'd never met any of you before. What possible motivation could you had? Was it just, oh, there's a rich wizard, we'll steal from him?
No. It was more of my companion's patron, whoever this being is, wished first to help someone who lost their voice. Turns out it was stolen.
You can see his eyes go wide at that. Well, I don't know what that has to do with me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because said person was quite a lovely lady.
I wouldn't know. It sounds like an unfortunate scenario. What patron does your friend follow? Is it a pasha?
No. That I'm trying to find out myself. It's one from my realm.
I see.
Which complicates things in itself.
So a mysterious entity tells your friend that this woman's voice has been stolen and therefore they must steal from me?
It's more of we're trying to help someone. And you seemed... The way you were described, evil wizard in a pointy hat, is not who you seem to be now. And I'm sure you would like
So you
to,
are under the impression that I had something to do with this woman's voice being stolen?
Yes,
Well, you were wrong.
that's at least what we were told.
Well, you were told incorrectly. I would never harm a citizen of Madanat with magic spells. It's one thing to defend
Well, of
yourself.
course not.
It's another to willfully take away someone's right of their body and personage.
Of course. One would never do that. But, as I said, I spoke to this lovely woman. And just... It would be a shame for her voice to go away forever.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it were to not implicate anybody. It'd be great for my friend and I to be able to leave here, and then maybe we can discuss some further details, because I think you might find what I have to say quite interesting. I just don't wish for my friend to be dead.
Well, your friend's a criminal. I can't do anything about that. If their judgment has been set, their judgment has been set.
You could drop the charges.
I didn't bring any charges against them. Madanat did. Just as I have brought no charges against you.
I'm sorry, we didn't break into Madanat's room. I wasn't distracting Madanat. I was distracting you.
Yes, I'm the victim, but in Madanat, all crimes are committed against the city. The city brings charges, not the individual.
Well, that'll be unfortunate for you, won't it?
Not really. I haven't committed any crimes.
Sure. You can keep telling yourself that. That's not what you already told me.
I work for a well-respected pasha, one of the most powerful merchants in the city.
And I am
Therefore,
the heir to the dukedom and the strong arm of the Wild Hunt.
which means
All of this means nothing to me, just as all of my titles mean nothing to you.
yes, but unlike you, we are in my home.
No, your home was destroyed, if I remember. Well, I'm sure you'll have some fun explaining things to the judges soon enough.
I have nothing to explain.
Oh, I'm sure you don't.
He kind of eyes you and just kind of heads to the door and walks out. You are kept in this room. Time goes by. Much longer than you would imagine, because if this guy who just came in to talk to you, why aren't you being returned to your cell?
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. I could just pee on the floor if you wish.
Nobody comes. The earth elemental is there. Some time passes. Eventually, the door opens. And in walks a tall feline with amber eyes and dun-colored fur in robes of black and white and a little gold capelet. This is the same feline who sentenced you earlier this morning. Burning sands of the shining sea. He makes a gesture, and a chair materializes out of nowhere, much more comfortable than the one you're in. And he sits in it across the room from you, and just kind of like leans back and looks at you. And as he looks at you, Luneine, I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
I need to buy a new chair. Almost fell.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Great. So, you resist whatever effect it is, and he kind of raises an eyebrow.
Does that feel familiar at all?
You didn't feel anything. Actually, no, you would have. You felt your mind attempted to be read, essentially.
Ah. No one's tried to do that to me in a long time.
I'm impressed of your resilience.
Ah.
It is my duty
Can't
to
be around the
inform
fate.
you that we have spoken, if you'll pardon the expression, to one book of tales. She has corroborated your claim that Pouch of Smoke has indeed ensorcelled her in some way. She claims that she has proof and allies that can present this proof. We are in the process of working with her to track things down. As a result, your sentences have been temporarily stayed until we get to the end of this matter.
Okay. And why did you try to read my mind? Surely that's not part of coming to deliver just this message.
No, but knowing the reasoning behind someone and finding the truth is often easier inside their mind. Humanoids lie.
They do. If you wished, I could just show you, instead of you just trying that.
And how would you show me?
You could go it again and I won't resist.
An interesting proposition. However, I've already given you the message that I wanted to have the impact more understood by, so it seems irrelevant to do. But I have no doubt that you have quite the capable mental protections in place. I do not think that the guilt that you have over these crimes is indicative of a malicious personality. I do think there is more going on here than perhaps even you are aware of. And as
There's always
such,
the
I am interested in
possibility of
getting
such.
to the bottom of what goes on in this city. I
Well-
am the enforcer of the laws and of justice here. Laws are inherently fallible as they are written by fallible creatures. However, laws are important. Fairness and justice are also important. The laws and regulations of the city of Matinat have compelled me to investigate further based on your claims and also the corroboration by one book of tales. I would suggest that you spend whatever time you are going to be here thinking about the proper way to get things done if you have a future. And he rises and leaves. You are shortly freed and brought back to your cell. And that itch takes over you again. It's very annoying. Meanwhile, the guards have...
I can't trade cells with Ozo.
No.
We don't take roommate requests.
Meanwhile, so the guards have just left with Book of Tales from the Rabbit Scorpion. Jack, you have Corvus in your Jack disguise. You have followed the guards, bringing her away. You find that she is brought to the very same guardhouse that you looked at the previous evening, and you can see that there's many people coming and going.
Do you want me to start anything? Looking at the time.
No. You see many people coming and going. I do want you to make a perception check.
Where'd that page go? Jesus Christ.
All right. It is evident to you that the best course of action is to follow her into the guard headquarters.
Cool. Can't imagine what could go wrong on that.
It looks perfectly safe. Like there's nobody like fighting to go in. It doesn't seem like this is the entrance they like bring criminals through, if they do bring criminals here. It seems like this is where the public comes and goes from.
Coolio.
Great. So you follow after them. And as you follow in, we'll end our session there. So we'll pick up with this crazy web that is being woven next week on the 5th of August? Yes, the 5th of August. Thank you all so much for playing. I hope you had fun tonight. It was quite an interesting scenario. Split party, different scenarios, some of you under intense scrutiny from law enforcement officials, and others trying to figure out what the hell you're going to do next. Good job. I hope you had fun. And of course, thank you to everybody who stopped by and gave us a follow, or thank you, of course, to Low57 Girl for giving us the follow. Thanks for everybody who gave us a watch, hung out, spent some time with us tonight on this lovely Tuesday evening. I've got it is correct. Ozo is not dead yet. They have at least 3 days, although they don't know that their sentences have been temporarily put on hold, so they might get a little more time, depending on
and
what
they're making new
happens.
friends with lizard people.
And they have some new lizard people friends. Scuttle has yet to say much, but the others have been quite nice. Great. Well, let's go around and say some goodbyes. I'll figure out who we're going to raid tonight, and that'll be that. Let's start off with Selenar.
Hello, I have been Jeff playing Selenar, and this was a great session. I had no idea what to expect coming into it, but really interesting game. Glad I could be a part of it. Thanks for playing and watching.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. Next up, we got Ozo.
Hello. I am currently still Ozo, who is not afraid of dying. It's kind of nice being a character that doesn't care about dying. It's just like at peace. Like, yep, I guess. Well, that's too bad, but okay. Yeah, I'm Amber, and I have faith in my friends. Oh, so does Ozo. No pressure.
Nice. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Luneine.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I played Luneine, and I can't wait to see what Renata does. Is he back next week?
Yeah,
Yes, I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yep. Everything you people do is interesting.
I want to find
Why
out
you
who his
picked us?
patron is.
Hey, who's to say? And then we have Corvus.
Oh, Corvus, played by Matt. Yeah, I don't know. The plot thickens and it continues next week.
Yeah, fair enough. And then we've got Andra.
That is me. I am Sarah. I have been playing Andra, who is apparently becoming the local expert in rituals. And
Wizard?
yeah, and also still has the results of her own ritual that she hasn't actually used yet. So one of these days she'll find time to read her damn book. Um, and yeah, thanks for watching. We have a YouTube channel. If you are confused, if you're as confused as we are about what's going on now, you can catch up on our past episodes on YouTube. NUULIFORGED, Newly Forged on YouTube. And you can follow us on some social media for updates about any changes to our streaming schedule. I think that covers it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thanks. We love you. Bye.
And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Newly Forged. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to raid Magic Academy RPG tonight. They're doing some D&D Crown of the Oathbreaker over that way. So hop in this raid, let them know that they have been newly raided, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. right here on Twitch. Take care of yourselves, be kind, treat yourselves, touch some grass, eat that ice cream cone, because fuck it. And yeah, have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Bye. Adios.